This is Jackie with All Access, and I'm here with Sean of I the Breather, and we are here at Charlotte, North Carolina Warped Tour. One day blends into the next. How do you break up the monotony of Warped Tour?
Oh man, you kind of don't. You just got to go with it. I like to know like in advance, like 2 shows in advance, but weeks in advance, it's like you might as well not even bother. You'll forget about it. Oh, we'll be in Florida next week, and then, like next week we'll be in Denver. It's like, all right, well let's just do it.
Well, one thing this year that did break up the monotony slightly was the AP Awards. Yeah. What was your favorite performance?
Ooh.
There's a lot of really good ones to choose from.
I wouldn't say performance-wise. I mean, everybody put on a great performance. I think my highlight was seeing my really good friends in Crown the Empire winning Breakthrough Band of the Year. I was literally like right there with them right before it was presented, and seeing them go on stage after all the hard work they put in this year's paid off is just like, it's about time somebody deserves to get something, you know?
Well said. Why do you think that award show was so important?
Because it's the first of its kind. Once we break out into that, it can be, we have the ability to turn this market into like a mainstream market. With like technology these days, we have YouTube and like everything can go viral just in a matter of minutes. So any opportunity to like have a musician feel like the things that he has done is being like, celebrated, or we're getting rewards for it, it pays off.
Especially when they're the regular, quote unquote, the Grammys and things like that don't really honor. I think there might be one hard rock category and that's it. So you don't really get the diversity of all the different subgenres within the big umbrella. So at least the AP Awards was able to break it up for one nice day, and the weather sort of held out for us, so that was good too.
I was worried about that when I saw it was outside. I was like, oh man, I hope it stays nice.
I think I'll blame Kevin Lyman with the magic touch. He helped executive produce that, and as well as we all know that he's the Warped Tour, the man behind Warped Tour, and it's the 20th anniversary. I fear asking this question, but I'll do it anyway. What were you up to 20 years ago?
What was I, 6 years old? 6 years old. Oh my God! It's really. I never like sat back and looked and like, well, 20 years ago I was 6 and doing this, and that's when Warped Tour was starting. Crap. I don't know. Hitting on some girl in pre-K, maybe.
There you go. There you go.
A bunch of little. I got cooties a lot from the girls back then. On beat up.
Aw, you poor thing. Well, think a couple of years ahead past that. Lots of teenagers tend to turn to music when things are tough. What are some bands that were sort of your go-to?
Oh, man. The Used was one. That was like the first one that really hit home with me and like got me into heavier music. Geez, there's so many. I mean, it's awesome going into categories like this because if you have like rock music on the radio, it's all about the same crap. And then you dig down deep into like genres like this where they touch on like stuff that not many people go through. So, there's just so many. 30 Seconds of Mars, PM Today. They're not old, but like they're just bands that hit home for me.
Why do you think kids turn to music when things are tough?
Because, music has the ability to make you feel certain ways. Like even me, for instance, when it'll be like 30 minutes before we play, I'm like, I'm just dead today. Put on like my favorite album and I'm ready to go. There's just something about music that is like a drug. It helps you feel alive.
Well said. Speaking of music that makes you feel alive, last week you guys released Life Reaper. Before it was released, it was streaming in its entirety on YouTube. What are the benefits of doing that?
Well, you just kind of have to take it for what it is these days. Like kids are going to get the music however they want. They're going to download it illegally, or they're going to pick up the album. They may purchase a physical copy. Us streaming the album gives us a chance to be like, hey, this is the album, give us a chance. If you like it, buy it. If you don't, whatever. Good talk crap about us online, about how much you are mad about we changed this or we changed that. Like at the end of the day, like we want music in people's hands. And if putting it on YouTube or Spotify or something is going to help maybe some kid, get through a horrible day and it's going to save his life. You don't have $10 to your name, go stream it. Listen to the album. Maybe it'll help you out, And to me, that is more important than any money. So, it's good to stream it, definitely.
And in 2014, record sales are definitely not as important as they used to be, I guess you could say. So how do you measure success for your band?
Jeez.
It's not going to be, necessarily number one on the charts.
You know what? For me, success, I've already got it. To me, success isn't being in front of thousands of people every day. It's about, touching one kid's heart every day, or like helping somebody, or waking up in a different city, or, having the ability to have like a nice vehicle and tour that's like yours for once after all the hard work you've gone through. To me, that's success. Any goal that I put in front of me, if I get it, that's success. I don't have to be on a huge stage to call it success. So.
Well, that's good. You've got lots of fans out there. Looking on Facebook, many of the fans have your lyrics or other art. What was your reaction the very first time a fan showed you their ink of your band?
I mean, just last week there was a kid that came up and he had the "I am not a king" on his front, and then "You're not a prophet" on the back, and it's just like, I wrote that in my bedroom. Like, I seriously was like, in pain, writing music, and like somehow somebody else related to it and put it on their skin. That's insane to me. It's absolutely insane. But, it means something to them, and if it means something to them, I think it's amazing. It really is. I can't remember the first time it happened, but, each time touches my heart the same way. It doesn't have to be a first or a last, every day is fine. If it hits home for them, that's good for me.
Very cool. Some of your fans also do covers of your songs. Have you heard any really good ones lately?
It's really hard being over on Warped Tour. I've noticed that there has been like covers for the new CD already, and I'm just like mind blown because we haven't released tabs for it. That means that these kids are like sitting down for days on end learning note for note in this music. It's just like, if somebody has covered this new album already, I give them the most respect in the world because there's no tabs for it. You just learned it on your own. That's amazing.
A lot of time put into that.
Yeah, it goes to show that you don't have to go to school. You don't have to adapt to the norm. If you have a particular way of learning something, do it.
Absolutely. So what's up next for you guys after Warped Tour?
I know we're planning a couple things. We're going to try and go overseas for the first time. Well, we have already been to Australia, but we haven't really touched on many other markets. And, before this album came out, we were on a dead CD cycle, so it was hard for us to get offers. So we're just going to try and do our own thing for a little bit and then wait for, tour offers to open up and then get back out there. So probably full U.S., headliner maybe half America, and then some overseas stuff.
Well, stay tuned for much more from I, the Breather. This is Jackie. Thanks to All Access and In the Key of Change.
Bye-bye.
See, that was good.